This video features the best comps for each stage of the July 2025 Championship Challenge. Stay tuned as I go over the best comps and how to play each comp in this video. Alright, so the first stage we're going to be talking about is going to be Brawl Ball Pinball Dreams. Now for the brawler on the left, you're going to want to run Hank. Now even though Hank was recently nerfed, he is still pretty strong and will shine on a map like Pinball Dreams. He was either banned or incredibly broken during the recent monthly finals, and there's no shock to see why. Hank will be used on the left hand lane and will use his massive charging bubble to keep the enemies back. Hank is a great pick here because he can counter any type of thrower you might see in the early matches during the championship challenge. You can also counter other top brawlers such as tanks because of Hank's super. As long as you can camp behind walls and keep the enemies back, Hank is gonna absolutely cook and there won't really be much the enemy team can do. Just hope that the enemy team is not going some kind of wall break comp, because then Hank will be more exposed and he's gonna have a much harder time getting within range of his target. Now the mid brawler you're gonna want to use is gonna be Charlie. Charlie was also nerfed like Hank, but the nerf was only to the spider's gadget cooldown. Now Charlie with her long range main attacks will make her the perfect mid brawler to keep the enemies back and just prevent them from pressing your team back with ease. Even though this map is definitely more closed off and has a good amount of bushes, Charlie can still use her main attacks to keep her distance and just check bushes so she doesn't get ambushed by tanks and assassins. But what really makes Charlie good in this map is going to be her super. She can use her super or her hypercharged super to shut down any sort of aggressive brawler you will more than likely run into. Typically in these early stages of the challenge, you'll face a lot of noobs and people running the weirdest comps, so having Charlie as a tank counter is a good safe pick to use on Pinball Dreams. And then finally on the right hand lane, you're going to want to run Shade. Shade did receive a 20% decrease in his hypercharged charge rate, but it is still incredibly strong once you get it. Just like Hank and Charlie, Shade was either banned or absolutely abused during the recent monthly finals. I saw firsthand how much the pros totally destroyed the enemy team when they didn't ban or pick Shade, and the same will apply to you as long as you run Shade on the right lane. Now just like Hank, Shade can attack through walls and make him a great counter for any sort of thrower or brawler trying to hide behind cover. Once you get your super, you can just travel up the map with ease and pressure the enemy team like a walk in the park. Once you get that hypercharged super, the enemy team can pretty much just kiss their lives goodbye. With a broken comp consisting of Hank, Charlie, and Shade, you guys should easily steamroll whoever you face in this first stage. Now the next stage we're going to be talking about is going to be Hot Zone Open Business. Now for the left hand brawler, you're going to want to run Jae Young. Jae Young is a top tier support brawler for Open Business due to his consistent utility and area control. His super charges automatically every 6 seconds, letting him repeatedly influence fights without needing to land hits. In work mode, his attacks boost teammate speed, helping allies rotate quickly or enter the hot zone faster. In party mode, it offers piercing attacks that both damage enemies and heal allies. His long range shots let him safely pressure from far away while supporting frontline teammates. He can consistently chip away at enemies trying to enter the zone, making it hard for them to stay in position. Now playing Jae Young on the left lane allows him to assist the mid brawler and maintain vision over the hot zone. He's really strong when coordinating with teammates who can absorb damage while he provides healing and pressure. Timing his super for zone entry or defense can swing control in critical moments. Now for the brawler in the mid, you're going to want to run Bo. Bo is a strong pick on Open Business due to his long range pressure and area control. His main attacks are effective for zoning out enemies in the wide open middle of the map. With minimal cover available, Bo can consistently hit targets trying to contest the zone. He excels at keeping enemies back by dealing steady chip damage from a distance. The map favors brawlers who can take control early, and Bo's ability to poke and zone makes him ideal for that role. He supports tankier teammates by softening up enemies before they reach the hot zone. Bo can safely position behind walls and still influence fights due to his range and spread. His arrows are especially useful for punishing enemies that clump together while trying to hold the objective. His mid-level mobility also allows him to rotate and reposition based on enemy movement. And then finally the brawl in the right hand lane, you're going to want to run Griff. Griff is a strong brawler in Open Business due to his ability to control the battlefield and reshape the terrain. His piggy bank gadget is especially useful for breaking key walls around the hot zone, removing enemy cover and exposing the opponents. This is crucial on this map where tanks and ambushers often rely on the limited walls for protection. By opening up the map, Griff creates better sight lines for both himself and long range teammates. This forces enemies into the open, where Griff's high burst damage from his main attack and super can dominate. The broken walls also prevent sneaky flanks from getting close to you, and it just makes it harder for short range brawlers to approach safely. Griff excels at mid-range control and becomes even more effective when paired with teammates who can capitalize on the cleared space. His map breaking ability allows him to control where fights happen and shift the momentum in his team's favor. Clearing terrain not only supports offensive pressure, but also strengthens zone holding. Alright guys, the next stage we're going to be talking about is going to be gem grab double swoosh. Now the brawler you're going to want to run on the left lane is going to be Tara. Tara is a great pick on double swoosh due to its many bushes and narrow lanes, which favor ambush and vision control. Her psychic enhancer gadget reveals enemies hiding in bushes, giving her team vital information and preventing surprise attacks. This scouting ability helps avoid flanks and allows better positioning in dense brush areas. Tara's super pulls enemies together into a tight group, making it ideal for clutch multi-enemy kills. On double swoosh, where enemies often cluster in bushes or choke points, her super can turn the fights around very quickly. Skilled players use her gadget to scout and then follow up with the super to trap opponents. Her crowd control capability pairs well with teammates who deal burst or zone damage. By exposing hidden foes and forcing them into vulnerable positions, Tara dominates close quarter engagements on the map. Now the brawler you want to use in the mid is going to be Bo. Bo is a strong brawler not only on open business but double swoosh as well, due to his long range attacks that suit the map's layout. His ability to pressure opponents from a distance helps keep enemies at bay while staying relatively safe behind cover. The bushes on the map create natural ambush spots, and Bo's consistent poke damage discourages enemies from hiding or pushing aggressively. Bo's arrows can cover wide angles, making it hard for opponents to move freely without taking damage. His versatility allows him to adapt between holding mid or supporting side lanes, fitting well with various team strategies. The map's spiraling bush design means controlling vision is key, and Bo helps maintain map control through his sustained range pressure. His presence forces opponents to be cautious and play more defensively, slowing their pushes. Bo's chip damage and zoning capabilities help his team secure control of critical areas on the map. His attacks also synergize well with teammates who focus on area control or tanking damage. And then finally, the brawler you want to run on the right hand lane is gonna be Amber. Amber is a formidable choice on double swoosh due to her exceptional ability to clear bushes and reveal hidden enemies. The map's dense bush coverage often provides opponents with concealment, allowing them to ambush or outmaneuver players. Amber's super and hypercharge allows her to burn down bushes, effectively eliminating these hiding spots and exposing enemy positions. This capability is especially advantageous when enemies are attempting to flank or ambush, as it forces them into the open. By controlling the bush areas, Amber not only disrupts enemy strategies, but also provides her team with better vision and control over the map. Her long-range fire attacks can consistently pressure opponents, making it challenging for them to regroup or hide effectively. Amber's presence on the map forces enemies to adapt their strategies, often leading to mistakes or unfavorable engagements. Now the next stage we're going to be talking about is going to be Knockout Bell's Rock. Now the brawler you want to be running on the left-hand lane is going to be Gray. Gray is a top tier brawler on Bell's Rock due to his exceptional ability to control space and manipulate enemy positioning. His walking cane gadget allows him to pull opponents into the open, disrupting their strategies and creating opportunities for his team to capitalize on. This is especially effective against throwers like Grom, who often rely on cover to deal damage from a distance. By pulling them out of their safe zones, Gray neutralizes their advantages and forces them into unfavorable engagements. The map's layout with the central lane provides ample opportunities for Gray to utilize his super strategically. Now the brawler you want to be using in the mid is going to be Sprout. Sprout is a top tier brawler on Bell's Rock due to his exceptional control over space and enemy movement. With this very unique map layout, it provides ample opportunities for Sprout to utilize his abilities strategically. His super allows him to create barriers that can block enemy paths, effectively cutting off escape routes and limiting their maneuverability. This is especially advantageous in the central area of the map, where controlling movement can dictate the flow of the game. Additionally, Sprout's transplant gadget enables him to deploy walls repeatedly, further enhancing his ability to control areas and provide defense for teammates. This combination of abilities makes Sprout a formidable presence, capable of disrupting enemy strategies and providing strategic advantages to his team. His long-range attacks allow him to apply consistent pressure from behind cover, making him difficult to approach. The map's design offers throwers like Sprout optimal positioning opportunities, allowing them to attack from behind walls while remaining protected. And finally, the brawler you want to run on the right lane is going to be RT. RT is going to be a good sleeper pick on Bell's Rock. He's going to be a great long-range brawler that can keep up with other sharpshooters like Piper, Bell, and Brock that you might see here. But the main reason why you want to use RT here is to counter any sort of aggro comp or comp specifically involving Darrow Kit. You will probably be facing no lifers running Darrow Kit because it's no skill, but if you have RT, you have a really good chance at shutting down that comp. Use RT's out of line gadget so you can automatically get your super, and then the enemies will be hesitant to make any sort of of aggressive push towards you and your team. Regardless, even if you don't face a Daryl kit comp, then just play RT normally by marking up the enemies and allowing your teammates to do the damage. Alright guys, the next stage we're going to be talking about is going to be Bounty Hideout. Now the brawler you want to run on the left lane is going to be Mandy. Mandy is a strong brawler on Hideout due to her exceptional long range capabilities. The map's layout, characterized by narrow pathways and dense cover, provides optimal conditions for Mandy to utilize her focusing shots, and this allows her to deal significant damage from a distance. Her ability to apply pressure from the backline is crucial, as it forces enemies to engage on her terms, often leading to advantageous trades for her team. Mandy's super further enhances her utility by providing vision and area control, disrupting enemy positioning and creating opportunities for her teammates. On the left side of the map where control is pivotal, Mandy's range attacks can dominate, especially when enemies are forced into open spaces. Her presence on the map compels opponents to play more cautiously, as they must account for her potential to eliminate them from a distance. Mandy's adaptability allows her to shift between aggressive and defensive playstyles depending on the team's needs and the flow of the match. Her ability to clear bushes and deny vision is particularly valuable, as it reduces the effectiveness of stealthy or ambush-oriented brawlers. Now the brawler you want to run in the mid is going to be Brock. Brock is a strong choice on Hideout due to his ability to break open critical walls and control key areas. His rocket fuel gadget allows him to fire a powerful rocket that destroys walls, providing early map control and opening sightlines for his team. This is particularly effective in mid, where walls and bushes often conceal enemies. By removing these obstacles, Brock forces opponents into the open, making them more vulnerable to attacks. Additionally, Brock's super delivers high burst damage over a wide area, which can clear out enemies hiding behind cover or disrupt enemy formations. The combination of his gadget and super makes Brock a formidable presence, capable of both initiating attacks and providing area denial. His long range attacks allow him to apply consistent pressure from a distance, keeping enemies at bay and supporting his team from the backline. The map's layout, with its narrow passages and dense cover, suits Brock's playstyle, enabling him to capitalize on his range and area control abilities. And then finally, the brawler on the right hand lane, you're going to want to run Nani. Nani is a strong brawler on Hideout due to her long range capabilities and ability to control key areas. With the map's unique layout, it provides optimal conditions for Nani to utilize her focused shots, allowing her to deal significant damage from a distance. Her ability to apply pressure from the backline is crucial, as it forces enemies to engage on her terms, and this often leads to advantageous trades for her team. Nani's super allows her to control peep remotely, enabling her to deal high burst damage over a wide area, which can clear out enemies hiding behind cover or disrupt enemy formations. This combination of her range attacks and her super makes Nani a formidable presence, capable of initiating attacks and providing area denial. Her long range attacks allow her to apply consistent pressure from a distance, keeping enemies at bay and supporting her team from the backline.